Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I was asking, can you arrange a mock test before the actual test? Is it possible?
It
It's the
would be
first
very
time for us.
difficult. It would be very difficult because see, I cannot conduct for my section because there are 4 sections, and in 2 sections I am teaching. In
Mhm.
other 2 sections, other faculty is teaching. So
Okay.
without his consent, we cannot conduct. But let me talk to him. Let's see what we can do.
No,
Right? I
because
will
it's
talk.
the first time, so like,
Don't worry. You will do great, and we will. Let me talk to him. Let's see what I could do. Right? Let's see what I
okay,
could do.
okay,
Huh?
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vita. The file with you. Okay, shall we start or shall we wait for a few more minutes? How many participants have joined? Only 22 participants have joined. Let us wait for a few more minutes. And everyone is going to join, right? There is no issue on them being joining, right?
They will join, sir. Hopefully,
Okay, okay.
all will join.
Thank you, thank you. So I have shared one file with you uh, in your official email ID, uh, which is the template for this accounting equation that I'm going to do today, right? So in case you want to download and you want to do it with me, or maybe you want to understand better, and if you could open that as well with me, that would help you, right? Anyways, I will project the Excel as well. I will remove this PPT and I will put the Excel file there, right? So we can navigate in between. I will navigate in between, and anyways, you have question with you because the question is from the textbook itself, right? So fine. 33 participants. Fine.
Sir, this book which has been suggested, will it be useful like in other terms as well?
Yes, the basics of account, because see, when you're learning finance courses, especially in the first year, this
Mm-hmm.
textbook would definitely help you. Of course, you have all of you have received the e-copy, right? E-book, right?
Sir, that's why I was like, sir, e-book is not easy to, sir. Physical book is a difficult book. So we all,
We all right. We all are used to physical books. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, by the time I hope these things would be resolved, I mean, to some extent, government would allow universities and colleges to admit students, allow students to come to the campus. I hope. But see, the problem is a lot of students are not ready because see, they come from different states. We have an unprecedented situation. This has never happened in the past. So no one
yeah.
had a plan. No one has planned. And see, a lot of students would like to come to the campus because they feel that they are very young. Nothing would happen to them. But some would say that their family may not agree, or some would say that, sir, we are in other states. Now, how do we commute? How do we come to your campus? Because we are in Kerala, we are in this or that place. So because it was a school, then it may become easier because based on the local situation, you can arrange a. This is a very different situation. So
Sir.
even if I say that I understand, no one understands what is going to happen. That's how it is. I mean, this is not the first time that the pandemic has come, but in this modern world, pandemic is for the first time. So, and especially in a computer yug, right? So at least we have this option. Imagine if we had no computers and no internet. Just imagine what kind of world we would be living in that case. The entire year would be wasted for everyone, almost for businesses because they won't be able to make money. They won't be able to pay their salaries. Students would lose their 1 year. And if you are very young, then it's fine. But if after a certain age, you don't want to waste a single year because a lot of investment has put into you by your family members. This is an investment, right? So that's very sad. We have 50. Let me see. 39 students. Please ask others to join as soon as possible, please, that we could start on time. Because we are doing practicals now, so everyone should be there now. Theory, someone can anyways manage later on, but practicals, no one can manage.
Sir, a
That's
lot of people are having problem in joining the meeting.
okay. I'm admitting the moment I see the pop-up. Let me unlock the
Yeah.
meeting if that helps for a few seconds, for a few minutes. Let me do that. Let me unlock the meeting.
Okay, sir.
In section A also, a lot of students had issues in joining. I don't know why. So
Sir, actually link through link we can't join, sir. Only when we are typing the code, we are like it's visible. So
oh, how is this possible? I hope there are no spaces in between. There are no spaces, right? There are no spaces when you in the link, I guess, right? Sometimes when you put up a link, it captures the space also. That may cause. I don't know. I'm not an engineer, so I don't know. But still, just guessing. Shreya, Utkarsh, Manas, Arko, or Arko. I don't know. Arko,
Arka.
Arka. You are from Bengal, beta?
Yes, I'm a Bengali, but I stay in Surat.
So how do I say Orko? I'll tell you. One of my students had the same name, Orko Guha, I think. The same name, same surname. I hope you are not that student. So he used to remind me, sir, it is not Arka, it is Orko. So
Yes,
that's why
sir.
that's how it has.
There in Bengal they say it Orko, but in Gujarat I am used to hear
So
Arka.
you
So
are
I prefer.
so you are Gujarati or Arka, or means you are Gujarati or Bengali now. After staying for so many years, I mean, you have become Gujarati in everything else you do. Or you have,
Dr. Mark.
sorry.
Dr. Mark. इस बच्चे से okay मैं become Gujarati after coming here.
Who is this call in user? Who is this? Exactly.
Sir, I guess it's not from our class.
Intruder.
Okay. Shall I remove him?
Yes, sir.
He's still trying to admit. Let me ask him. Who are you? Call in user to. Who are you, beta? Hello. Are you a student? Trying to join from call? Maybe, I don't know. Because that is also a possibility, na? I do not see his name now. Fine. 43 students have joined. I wish everyone. It's not there. Okay. It's not there. So I'm locking the meeting now. I'm locking because this is a possibility that someone may use this ID. Tell me what to do. Shall I wait for few more minutes or what? Tell me, beta, please. 45 students have joined. We should have more than 60 students. We should have 60.
Last class you already conducted about 20 minutes of the session, right? So maybe just a few more minutes.
It is going to be 30
we
minutes.
can start the class from 1:40.
Fine.
Wait for 2 minutes.
Sure. And also ask others to join, please. You must have messaged in your group.
So we are
Last class.
messaging them. They might be joining soon.
Yes. So this will take 30 to 40 minutes. I hope you do not have anything else to do. In fact, in section A, I had taken 20 minutes more because just to bring everyone at the same level. So I hope you do not mind if I take extra time. I have a habit of taking extra time, especially because of online lectures. The time consumed for discussing the same concept is more. So I have to make sure everyone gets it. Oh God. 46. So have you started looking at the book, Utkarsh, everyone? Pradyuman, did you find the book? Everyone has found the book? You can move your face.
I found it today itself.
Okay, and did of course because you have received today, you have not started reading, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. You will also receive a mail from my end, or I will upload the cases on the Moodle base. Depends upon the situation. I will communicate from next class onward. We will start discussing cases, maybe next or next to next session. So please keep on checking your Moodle account as well as mails I will be sending. And I have now, this situation cannot arise now. I have given my number to the CR, so this could be sorted very fast in case something happens, right?
Sir,
Yes, yes.
sir, book is Narayan Swami or that Tata McGraw-Hill?
Tata McGraw-Hill is the publisher, beta. The author is Narayan Swami. So the name of the book is Accounting.
Sir, actually, I have got two books. Like one is Tata McGraw-Hill publication, but I think the author is different. And when I got Narayan Swami publication is a PHP or something like.
PHI. So
Yeah,
that
PHI.
other book you got is for some other, maybe for some other course. Check the subject name. When you download, check the subject name. I am not the only one who has prescribed the book, right? There may be other faculties for their course, they may have prescribed the book. So my course name is financial. The book I have prescribed is Financial Accounting: A Managerial Perspective by R. Narayan Swami. The publisher is PHI, PH India. That is the full name, right?
Okay.
McGraw-Hill is not ours this time. Not for accounting. I have prescribed only one book. If you got something for free, enjoy.
Okay, no problem.
Yes. But do check the name of the book and come back to me in case.
Yeah. That's I have 6th edition, Financial Accounting: A Managerial Perspective by R. Narayan Swami.
That is accounting book. That is the textbook for
Yeah.
this course. Wonderful.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
I think it's 47 students. What to do? Tell me. Shall I start?
Sir, we
Everyone knows the message, right?
yes, sir.
Right? Okay, fine. And they were aware that I was going to reschedule it today itself because CR has been active and doing the work, right? CR is there?
Yes, sir. I'm
name-
here.
It is fine. Shall I start, beta?
Yes, sir. You can start. Everyone knows the class is there going on right
Okay.
now.
Okay, wonderful. Sarthak is there? Sarthak is not there? Sarthak, please.
Yes, sir. I'm right here.
Okay. Fine. So I'm starting the session. Everyone, it seems that 47 students are there. In case they have doubts or queries or something and they cannot attend or something, please let me know. We will do something for them as well. So we are discussing the accounting equation now. And I have discussed the pieces of accounting equation when we were discussing in the remedial session. So you anyways have idea. Now today we will apply that on the practical questions. We will not follow the traditional accounting rule, debit and credit, at least now, because that becomes mechanical and that may not help you in decision making process. What is the beauty of this accounting equation is that every transaction is reflecting on the position and you can measure the position after every transaction. That gives you a realization that you know how accounting and how transactions are important. So that's how it is. Let us start talking. The first is that always remember business is a separate entity. That means you are recording the transactions from the viewpoint of the business. So there are two things possible: stuff that the business have, that is stuff that the business own, and the second is stuff that the business owes. So what company owns and what company owes is always matching, right? Because business is not a real person, understand? So when business has something, it has to be owned by someone. It has to be the business must be owing to someone for that, right? When the business and the stuff that the business own is called assets for the business because it is resources of the business. That also you know. And when the business owes something towards the owners of the business, that is called equity. When the business owes something towards the owners of the business, that is called equity. And when business owes something towards the outsiders of the business, who has lent money to the business, is called liabilities. That is why assets are always matching the liabilities plus equity. That is the formula. This is the classical formula. So what you own, that is asset. All the resources are always equal to how they are funded. That is what it is. All the resources that I have always matches with how they are funded. So the right hand side is called sources and the left hand side is sometimes called application of fund, right? I used to have fun with these words sometimes, but I cannot do that on the virtual platform. I used to start like this, right? Liability. So if you divide the word in Hindi, it sounds like liya plus ability. And on the left hand side, you have asset. So if I divide the word as set, so you know, you borrow to your capacity If you start from right side, you borrow. Lia means liability. So you borrow to your capacity and then apply that on your asset. That is how I used to imagine the balance sheet in the past. Right? That is another interesting way to look at it, right? So assets are always equal to liabilities plus equity. And when I say assets, I'm talking about all the assets that the business could have. I'm talking about cash. I'm talking about accounts receivable. I'm talking about inventory. I'm talking about plant property equipment. I'm talking about land and building. I'm talking about investments. I'm talking about intangible assets like goodwill. Right? When I say liabilities, I'm talking about accounts payables, means the amount payable for the goods you have purchased on credit, loans payables, wages, salaries payable, taxes payables. And when I say equity, equity is made up of two things, right? Equity means what owner has brought into the business, that is capital, plus profit till date, right? But once again, I'm repeating, equity means the money that the owner has brought into the business, that is called capital, plus the retained earning. Retained earning means the profit held from the past performances which could be used in the future. Retained earning. Earnings are retained in the business. I hope everyone is okay. Please start your camera and move your head, or tell me something with your face or something. Please start your camera. Fine. Everyone is okay with this? Akash, Akshi, Bhaumil,
Yes,
Yes.
Chul, Apur, fine? Wonderful, wonderful. So please remember this equation, because this equation is really powerful, Shalin, right? So I hope all of you are following. Do you remember this simple balance sheet of mine? You remember this balance sheet from remedials as well as first accounting session? So on one side, you have resources. So these are all my resources. Apartment that I own, the fixed deposits I have, the saving account I have, the gold and silver jewelry I have, the cash I have. All these are my resources. And on the other side, I can see how they are funded. So out of this 50 lakh worth of resources I have, 30 lakh I have borrowed, you see. And when I borrow something, it is called liability. So home loan is a liability because I have borrowed from someone and then I got the apartment, right? And the remaining amount is my money. That is owner's money. That is my claim in the business. That is owner's claim in the business. That is equity. So 50 lakh is the assets equal to 30 lakh plus 20 lakh. 30 lakh is liability. 20 lakh is net worth, also called equity. Everyone agree upon this till this point, guys? Please once again, please show some sign. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Now I want to ask random questions. Anyone can participate. Imagine that I have received an interest on saving account. Imagine that I have received interest on my saving account. What is going to happen on this? Let me write down the amount as well. If I could write down the amount, let's say 500 rupees.
So it will get added
Just
in.
a second. Just let me just write down the amount so that everything is easy for everyone. Yes. Okay. I have to put this on. Yeah. Okay. Tell me now. If I receive an interest on saving account, let's say 500, what is going to happen? Anyone should participate. Yes.
So the saving account balance in the balance sheet will go up.
Right. Saving account. But you see, the balance sheet is not matching now because now it is more by 500. So it is 40,000, let's say.
So it will get added in the
Increases.
equity part of the business.
Claim over this. Tell me, who has control, or who owns that 500 rupees? Tell me.
Who was shareholder?
Shareholder, right? Equity. So
Equity.
please, everyone, please keep your phone on mute. So when I receive 500 as interest, that is my income for my personal transaction. That is my income. Income belongs to the owners. That means equity would go up by 500. Can I say that?
Yes,
Equity will go up by 5, and that's the beauty of this balance sheet. That's the beauty of this equation, that it always matches, right? So please, please mute yourself, Baljit Singh ji, please. So whenever I receive an income, income increases my net worth, or I should say equity. Now let me look at the second transaction. Telephone expenses paid in cash. Paid in cash 200 rupees. What is that entity? Tell me. What is the effect? Tell me on this snapshot. Tell me.
So the cash in hand will decrease by 200.
Because I'm paying cash. Yes, wonderful. So
Right,
400 now would be 200 because 200 reduced. Wonderful. Second event.
And the net worth will also reduce by 200.
Why net worth is reduced, beta? Please.
So
Why?
ultimately, so expense is charged to PL, and PL is ultimately transferred to the equities account.
So when I receive income, my equity goes up. When I incur expenses, my equity goes down, because now when I pay 200 from the business or from my personal for my personal pocket, let's say, my what I own or what I control, what I claim is also reducing, right? Because I'm paying from my pocket, so I don't own this anymore. So 200 has to be reduced from equity also. So let us look at this image. The owner's equity goes up when you receive revenue. When you incur expenses, owner's equity reduces. Remember this formula. When you receive revenue or any income, your owner's equity goes up. When you incur expenses, your claim reduces. That's why owner's equity reduces. Second, when you are investing in your business, owner's equity goes up because the capital goes up. Equity is made up of capital and retained earnings. So when you are investing in your business, capital goes up. That means owner's equity increases. When you withdraw from the business, when you withdraw money from the business has less assets now. That means their claim also reduces. So owner's equity reduces. Everyone is okay with this? Everyone, please. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Shall we move on, because we are going to do practicals now, right? So this is the question from your textbook I'm discussing. This is the textbook question, 62 page number, in case you want to note down somewhere. Because I have an old edition, understand? So this question was not there with me. So I had to find it from some Google and something. Okay, one thing I have found. This is official and legal. Some pages of this textbook are there on Google Books. You know, there is an AP, there is a platform called Google Books where certain books are available. Certain pages of the books are available for reviewing, right? So in the preview, certain books are available. That is how I got this snapshot, right? So you can, in case your book is not has some difficulty in downloading or something, you can go there and you may be able to read something from there. Right? So now what we are going to do, we are going to apply accounting equation for each of these transaction and see how the position changes. Can we do that? Shall we do that? Right. So one thing,
Yes, sir.
I have finished this question in the another section. So my plan is to finish this question and we can discuss more in the next session maybe. You take the snapshot if you don't have this copy with you, so that I can stop sharing this and start the Excel file. Please just take the snapshot, or you take the copy with you somehow. If you have the ebook with you and you can navigate easily, you are faster on using the computer, I don't mind that. Right? Anyways, you have ebook with you, so you can always go back and check. Yes. So I stop sharing this. All of you must have taken the copy. Okay, fine. Share the Excel file. This is the snapshot. This is the template I have shared with you. Right? And this template is like this. Assets are always equal to liabilities plus equity. Now, I have multiple assets, so I have put multiple columns for assets. I may have multiple types of liabilities, so I have multiple columns for liabilities. And for equity, I have put only one column. So for capital, for revenue and expenses, everything would be adjusted in this one column. Fine, right? Okay. So once again, I'm repeating myself. This is a simple statement where assets are equal to liability plus equity. Because I have multiple assets and multiple liabilities, I have put multiple columns. But at the end of the day, all are going to be added up, right? And I have also shared this template with you in case you want to go back sometime or you want to do it right now, whatever, right? Now look at each of the transaction and apply the logic of accounting equation and see what happens, right? So we will go in the same Excel file. I think I have also put the question in case you want to navigate. I just remember it is there downwards in Excel file, so you can always check that. Right? Okay. Someone has to read the first transaction and then the next person would answer it, right? Okay. Let me ask Yogesh. Can you read the first transaction, beta? Yogesh, please. Then the next turn is George, and the third turn is Shreya, and then the fourth is, I will read it. The third is Shreya, second is Utkarsh, first is Niha. I forgot his name. His picture just went away.
Yogesh.
Please, yes.
Page
Yes.
number 62 you told.
Page 62. It is in the textbook 62 page. In case you want to see the question, it is there in your Excel file. It is also, you must have taken the snapshot photo also. And if you want to read, if you are in urgency, you can read from here. See, I have just provided the question to you. the first transaction. Please read the transaction. Don't take too much time. Just read the transaction. That's it. Hello.
Capital brought cap.
So Manohar said, so let me do the transaction. You will now you will help me understand beta. Manohar invested 30,000 cash in the company's capital. Right? Imagine there is a blank balance sheet. There is a blank balance sheet. Right? The moment you bring cash into the business, the cash goes up. Cash goes up means it has to be added. Are you following what I'm saying? You have a blank balance sheet, and now someone has given cash in the business. So business cash, if you imagine the cash register of business, suddenly you have cash in your cash register in the business, right? You have in the drawer, right? How much cash? 30,000. Because your business has received cash, cash goes up, right? Right, Manas? Now what happens when you bring cash? What happens when you bring cash, Manas? Manas is there.
Yes, sir.
So what happens when you bring cash, beta?
Sir, owner's equity will increase. Like the
Why owner's equity will increase, beta?
sir, asset will increase.
Cash
Sir,
cash is asset, right? So cash
yes,
will go up. That is fine,
yes,
right?
sir.
But what is the duality of this, beta? Explain, please.
Sir, owner's equity will increase. Like in the LHS, asset will increase, and RHS, owner's equity will increase.
Because when you have resources, someone always have a claim on these resources. So either it is liability or it is equity. So when owners have claim over these assets, it is equity.
Yes.
ये किसका है? It is like this. You should ask like this. ये cash किसका है? Business owner का equity में डालो. बाहर वाले का है liability में डालो. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. In fact, we are very lucky that we have extra session just now like this, because I had to hurriedly discuss for section A. And then I will have to repeat few things next time. Now, because we have time, we can discuss better, right? So you see, it is so magical that the total is matching. Right? I have done this in Excel. You can also do this in your notebook. That is fine. I have the privilege of using this virtual platform, and I can do this over Excel, and Excel does everything, calculates everything faster. So it is my advantage right now. Okay. First transaction is everyone understood, beta? Nihar. Right? Second transaction, Utkarsh has to help me. I remember order. I think yes, Utkarsh. Yes.
Bought supplies for photogenic material on credit, rupees 9,000.
So it is on credit first of all. It is on credit, remember. So what is going to be the duality? Tell me, beta. Utkarsh will help me. No one else will participate, please. Office supplies are what? Tell me, beta. Office supplies are what?
So office supplies will be increased by 9,000.
So office supplies are asset or expenses? First of all, tell me. It
So
is
expenses.
asset, liability, expense, or revenue. It is not revenue. It is
So
not
it's
expense yet. It is not liability. It has to be asset. Because what is office supplies, beta? Maybe printing pages, maybe office equipment, could be anything. Maybe markers or
Yes.
maybe chalks for using in the classroom. So office supplies are basically assets. When you buy, it is asset, and it has economic benefit for more than 1 year, right? That is what I'm assuming right now, right? So when you
Okay.
purchase, it is an asset. So I will make a column called office supplies, right? Office supplies have gone up. So suddenly my balance sheet has two things now. Cash plus office supplies. How much office supplies? Please help me. Utkarsh, please. 9,000. Now I have not paid cash for this, but I have to pay in the future, right? So when I have purchased 9,000, who has claim over this? Not equity, liability, because liability, it has been borrowed. It has been taken on credit. So who has claim over this? The
Liability.
outsiders, right? So I
Creditor.
will say creditors. So let me use the word creditors here. Wonderful. Thank you for telling me that. Wonderful, right? So I will use the word creditors. How much, beta? 9,000. The balance sheet matches. There are two colored rows. If you see, one is maybe bluish, and one is maybe, I don't know how it looks on your computer screen. It may be light orange, maybe, I don't know, right? But what I'm saying is that after every transaction, you can see the impact. This orange colored row is suggesting what is the impact on the balance sheet, what is the impact on your position after every transaction. That is why I have added this column, right? So everyone is okay till this point, guys? Everyone? Sure. Okay, great. Third is Shreya, I think. Shreya, please.
Yes, sir. So we'll photographic equipment account in asset side and deducting cash 12,000 from the cash.
Okay, so what just happened? I in my four window square where four students, I was reading the name of Shreya 1248, but I think Shreya Umar had participated. So Shreya, now you are fourth, and Shreya Umar is
Okay, sir.
third. Yes, Shreya.
Okay.
Shreya Umar, yes.
Yes, sir. Okay. So we'll be opening new account in asset side as a photographic equipment by 12,000 and deducting 12,000 from cash.
So office equipment is an asset because it has benefit for more
Yes.
than 1 year, right? It is an asset, right?
Yes,
So I will add that as an asset because suddenly in my you can imagine business like this, beta. You have you have an office without anything, and suddenly you brought cash, so you have cash in your business. You brought office supplies, so suddenly you have office supplies in your business, and then you have office equipment. So you see your classroom or your room is filling up with stuff, and that stuff is assets. That stuff is assets. So how much is the value, beta, office equipment?
12,000.
12,000. Thank you, beta. Thank you. Okay, you have purchased this for cash. So when you are purchasing this in your cash register, your cash is reducing, right? Because you are paying cash. So business cash is reducing. So from 30,000, the cash is reduced by 12,000. It is 18,000 now. And at the same time, you got another asset. It is like this, beta. In your bank account, you have 50,000 rupees and you purchased the iPhone. So now you don't have 50,000 in your pocket. You can use that, right, to buy iPhone. So you have one asset. So you can say one asset is replacing another asset, or the cash is transformed into office equipment. And asset, it has economic benefit exceeding 1 year as of now, right? Okay. The fourth is Shreya. The surname, I have to see the full
Yes, sir.
name.
So
Just a
Naram.
second, Shreya. Okay, Shreya Naran, please.
Yes. So the entry is received fees for photographic services 15,000. So we will add cash of 15,000 and we will also add 15,000 in capital because it's a revenue.
Okay,
I
so
think.
you will not use the word capital, you use equity or equity, right?
Okay.
You will use the word
All
equity.
right.
Capital is not increasing. The profit is
Yeah.
increasing, or the revenue is increasing, right? Wonderful, right?
Yes.
This is a very easy transaction. You see, when you receive fees, you don't receive it in, you don't receive rocks or diamonds or something, you receive cash. It is implied, right? So your cash balance goes up by 15,000, right? So 15,000 is added in the cash plus 15,000. And at the same time, when you are receiving this, you are receiving this for your primary services. And your primary service is to provide photographic services. And so that is your income. And income is always added in equity, as I said. How much? 15,000. So I will just keep on telling you. So the total is going to match all the time because we are not doing magic. We are just following the entries, right? Okay, next beta, please. Let me ask someone. Nihar Agarwal, please.
So the next entry is paid creditors for supplies 5,000 rupees. In this, we will reduce the creditors by 5,000 and also reduce the cash for 5,000 from 5,000.
Wonderful. See, in the creditors column, you have 9,000 payable. So this 9,000 after the seventh transaction, the cursor you see 9,000 here is what? Is the amount payable. Aapko pay karna hai. That is the amount payable to the creditors for the supplies you had purchased. Now out of this, you are paying 5,000. So your liability is reduced. Same time you are paying by cash, right? So your cash is also reducing. You see, UR is falling. I mean, always works, right? So cash is reduced, and at the same time, your liability has also reduced. It is like this, beta. Companies are buying back shares. That is what happens. What happens? Companies are buying back shares by cash sometimes, right? So when they buy back shares, the owner's equity reduces in case of companies, and at the same time, they are also paying cash, so cash reduces, right? So it is shrinking the balance sheet. It is reducing the size of the balance sheet, you can say, right? Okay, next. Let me ask maybe Baljit. Baljit, please.
Yes, sir.
18th dated
Manohar,
transaction, yes.
yes, sir. Manohar invested further 12,000 cash in the company's share capital. So here
Okay.
we would like cash would increase.
Okay. See, cash would increase because the more cash came in the business. So suddenly you have 12,000 more in your cash drawer. So you add the cash balance by 12,000. Yes.
Yes, sir. And on the right side, I think the share capital, it has been invested in the share capital, so the equity would also increase.
So yes, wonderful answer. So when I look at 12,000 in the pocket, who has control? Who owns this? Who has this? Who controls or who owns this? I think the owner owns this, and if owner owns it, it belongs to the OE account or equity account. So 12,000 is added here. So you always ask this question: if I have 12,000, who
Yes,
owns it, or who is the entity to which to whom this belongs to? Right. That is the question you should ask. Next, beta is let me ask. I don't know. Sham Khan. If I'm so sorry in case I read your name wrong, huh, beta? Sham Khan.
Yes, sir.
How do I say your name, beta, please?
Ehtesham Khan.
So it was fine, na? What I said was fine, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Next, please help me understand this transaction, please.
So billed customers for services 19,000.
So when I say billed, it means it's a credit transaction. Billed means you have just sent a bill, right? You have not received cash for this. Now you can complete, beta. Yes.
So since service is not provided yet.
No, services are provided. That's why the bill is generated, beta.
Okay, so I don't know, sir.
Okay, fine. When you provide services, tell me what is it, beta? When you provide services, something is due from someone. Let me say, Atesham, I'm giving you personal coaching, let's say, and I never do that. I'm just using it for the sake of using here. Atesham, I'm teaching you in person, let's say. Right? Let's say for every lecture you have to pay me, let's say 2,000 rupees, just a random amount, right? And I have taught you for 30 days. Okay. So what is my income? Now you have not paid me yet. You have not paid me yet, but I have provided my services of coaching. How much is my income for 30 days into 2,000? 60,000?
Yes.
60,000? मेरा इनकम तो है ना बेटा, मेरा इनकम तो है ना, भले भी तुमने मुझे दिया नहीं है. तो income is, that means income is going up. When income goes up, your equity goes up. So you will add in the equity first. How much?
60,000.
This case for our question, beta.
Okay, sorry. So in this case, 19,000.
19. Oh, yeah, 19,000. Yes, you're right. Absolutely right. So plus 9,000. So this is your income, but you are not receiving.
Yes, sir.
But does it have an economic benefit in the future, beta?
Yes, sir.
You can ask that person to pay you in the future, and you can use the cash from him which you receive in the future, right? So it has an economic benefit, right? You can ask him to pay whenever you want. So that is the amount you own. वो आपका है. That is the amount you own. So that is asset, right? So I will call that accounts receivable because it is for the services you providing. So any amount receivable because of the day-to-day transactions, operational transaction, the principal transaction of the business is called accounts receivable. So I will add in the column accounts receivable. How much? 19,000, I think. Yes, I'm increasing by 90,000. Anyone has question? Please ask me because this was a new transaction.
Sir, can we say this also as a revenue?
It is a revenue only. That's why I have added in the revenue.
No,
This
like
is revenue only. It is revenue only. You forgot the breakup of earning equity. What I said, when you receive income, equity goes up. When you pay expenses, equity goes down. We have added in equity because it is revenue. Right? Okay. I'm not, for commerce students, I'm just saying that I'm not dividing the equity into the profit, retained earnings, profit and loss statement. I'm not doing that right now. I may do that in the future because income statement is a subset of balance sheet. It is a part of balance sheet. Why do you prepare income statement balance sheet separately? Because when you're running a business of million transactions, you cannot prepare balance sheet like this. That's why we have a subset of balance sheet. Just like we have subsidiary books in accounting, we have cash account, debenture account for accounting process. For balance sheet, we have two separate statements. But always remember, income statement is a subset of balance sheet. That is what I'm trying to tell you when I do this. That income belongs to the owners, right? I hope you got it better, right? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. The next transaction we have 27th. Paid office rent and electricity charges. Yes. Just help me understand, please. Let me ask. That is the right approach, I think. You guys are. I mean, do not start your cameras. I don't know why. Please start your cameras. Please start your camera.
For office rent and electricity, the cash would decrease, and
yes.
Sorry, the cash and the asset side would decrease, and so would the, sorry, what do you call it? Equity share.
Equity, only equity. Equity share, what we use in case of companies.
Sorry, public companies.
Right? Wonderful. So see, he chipped in. He of course made a point that, and because right now we don't need to segregate the office rent and electricity charges for the sake of simplicity right now, or we could record this separately also. That is also fine, right? But it is not going to change the outcome. So I'm recording this together. So what is the amount together? I think 3,700. I remember that from the last class, because right. If I'm wrong, please tell me. So when you are paying office rent and electricity charges, your cash is reducing by 37,000, and because it is an expense, if I pay something from my pocket, I have less cash, I have less control, I have less money in my pocket. So my money is in which pocket? Equity pocket. I will reduce from there. क्योंकि मैं पे करता हूँ तो मेरे पॉकेट में से जाएगा ना, ठीक है ना? So equity would reduce by 3,700. At the same time, the cash would also reduce, and you see the balance sheet is still matching, right? That means I'm not committing mistakes. I'm not saying I'm doing magic. I'm just saying that we are.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Please ask me.
Sir, here we decreased 37,000 because it is an expense, okay? And we decreased it from equity also.
No,
but
we are Tanmay. We are reducing this from the cash first. Cash because you are paying in cash. One effect, and second effect is we are reducing this from equity because it is an expense. We are not reducing from expense as well as equity.
Okay.
Then you have. I think you have an accounting background, Tanmay.
No, sir, I am an engineer.
Okay, fine. So then your question is very much valid, right?
So, sir, my doubt is like that in point number 5, the 12,000 is also an expense.
No,
so
12,000. Okay. Let me tell you one thing. When you buy an iPhone, or when you go to the movie and you pay for movie tickets is your expense, or when you buy an iPhone is an expense?
Sir, both are my.
No, when you buy a mobile phone has a life of more than 1 year. So in accounting, of course, in personal life, all are expenses. But in businesses, when the economic benefit of what you are buying or what you are acquiring is more than 1 year, it is asset. So office photographic equipment, you can imagine like a camera. And this camera is not expense. Why? Because the economic benefit is for more than 1 year. आप उसको इस साल भी use करोगे और next year भी use करोगे. So if you are going to use this year as well as next year, can you call it an expense of this year? No, you cannot. And you cannot do that. You should not do that, because otherwise it would give a false information or false position, right? I'll use the vaguest example one could use. I'm sitting in the classroom. Let's say Nirma University has built this. I'm just adding someone. Nirma University has built this classroom this year only. What if they expense the entire amount? Remember, the students would come for so many years, 10, 20, 30 years. They cannot call this expense. So in accounting, when you incur money, that is not expense, that is expenditure. Again, remember that when you incur money, that is expenditure. And when the expenditure's life is more than 1 year, it is asset. When the expenditure's life is less than 1 year, it is expense. So it is expenditure in accounting in accounting language, it is expenditure, and then you call it asset or expense. I hope you got it better.
Okay. Sir, so whenever we will pay for any asset, then we will not decrease it from equity, right?
No, we will not decrease it from equity because the money from your pocket is not reducing. It is just converting from one asset into another asset. So in that case, what happened? Cash reduced, but office supplies went up. Na? So one asset is transformed into another asset, right? But in case of expenses, when you pay office rent and electricity charges, there is no economic benefit, right? You have consumed, it's gone, right? It is benefit only when you are paying government. आपको बिल तो बाद में मिलता है ना बेटा, बिल तो बाद में मिलता है when you receive the bills later after consumption. But let's say if I pay the money, I'll take one example. Let's say I'm paying electricity bill for 5 years today. It's accounting year. If today is the first year of my accounting year, 1 year amount is expense and 4 year amount is expenditure, or you can say asset. Asset is the right word, asset, because it has benefit of more than 1 year. I hope you understood, Tanmay. Tanmay, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Please ask me
Thank
if you
you,
have questions.
sir.
And when I take remedial, please let me know in case you still have query, beta. Huh? You can still stop me and we can discuss. Fine. Yes, yes.
सर आई हैव अ डाउट.
हाँ, प्लीज आस्क मी बेटा, प्लीज आस्क मी प्रकाश.
सर एक्चुअली जैसे आपने कहा कि मूवी टिकट एक्सपेंसेस है, ठीक है, और अगर अपन कोई सेमिनार अटेंड करते हैं और उसका मतलब बेनिफिट अपन को बाद में मिलने वाला है, ये अपन को पता चलता है, तो वो एसेट्स है या एक्सपेंसेस है?
आप मुझे बताओ.
उसके
आप मुझे बताओ.
सेमिनार मूवीज के इक्वल.
आप मुझे बताओ आपको जो इसको क्वांटिफाई कर सकते हो? कैन यू टेल मी हाउ मच बेनिफिट यू रिसीव फ्रॉम द सेमिनार? If you cannot quantify that, it is an expense.
मतलब एक्चुअली ओके, मतलब जब तक उसको मेजर नहीं कर सकते इकोनॉमिकली तब तक नहीं हो सकता.
हाँ, क्वांटिफाई कैसे करोगे? If you cannot quantify the economic benefit for more than 1 year, it has to be an expense, right? That makes sense, right? So yes, anyone has questions, or I can go to okay, fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for asking questions. I appreciate. Yes, yes. Paid dividend, yes. Last transaction. Yes. What is dividend, guys? Tell me.
So cash and equity goes down by 4,000.
Yogesh, I want to understand the transaction. You can participate. I am allowing you to participate right now, beta. But you don't give me the answer. You explain why it is so that everyone also follows that, beta. Please, Yogesh.
The dividend is the amount that the company pays to the owner.
You start again and be a bit louder because I think your voice is quite low. Yes.
The dividend is the amount that the company pays to its shareholders on the shares they have bought.
Yes.
On the profit.
Okay.
So it will be expense for the company.
It is not an expense. When you pay something to yourself, it is not expense. Good attempt. But when you pay something to yourself, you don't call it expense, right? It's like moving cash from one pocket to another pocket. When you pay something to yourself, your cash, it is not an expense of the business because you are the owner of the business. But good, at least now it is more clear now. Okay, so in case I'm missing out something, Yogesh, help me. I'm doing what I should do. Dividend paid will reduce the cash in the business because you are recording this transaction from the viewpoint of the business. So when you pay dividend to the owners, the amount of cash in the business reduces how much, please? Let me see.
4,000.
4,000. So everyone agrees upon this 4,000.
Yes, sir.
Right? Everyone agrees upon this 4,000. Now let us look at the duality. Imagine that there are two pockets you have, left pocket and right pocket. And the example I just came up with, so I hope it makes sense. Left pocket is, let's say, your personal pocket, and the right pocket is your business pocket. So can I say right pocket is equity? Can I say, because that is your business pocket? Can I say equity, business equity? Yes, because it is a pocket of the business. So, and it is my claim because I have invested money. So right pocket is my equity and left pocket is my personal money, you can say, right? And we are not doing anything for personal transactions. Imagine that you are withdrawing 4,000 from your right pocket, that is from your business pocket, to your left pocket. What happens? Tell me. Your claim, you have less money in your pocket, right? Right pocket, business pocket, right? So the moment you pay dividend to yourself, you have less claim, you have less money in your business, you have less claim on your business money. and your business money is your equity. So 4,000 would be reduced from the right pocket, that is equity, right? Because we are recording from business point of view. In reality, if it is a sole proprietorship business, it is like shifting money from one pocket to another pocket. But we are accountant right now. We are recording only from the viewpoint of business as of now, right? And when we record only from the viewpoint of business, right, what happens? The money I have in the business, I have less claim on that because the money has reduced from my business to my personal assets, right? I hope this example makes it clear. Everyone, please. Eteshan Khan, please. Sure, beta. You can
Yes, sir.
show. Yes, yes. Harsh, beta, Harsh. Yogesh.
Yes, sir.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Then we Sarthak. Sarthak, you must be knowing this, right? Rajat Singh. Rahul. Rahul, let me read the name. Rahul Anikumar.
Yes, sir.
Beta, are you able to follow what I am discussing in the classroom?
Yes, sir.
Ninad.
It's clear.
Manas. Shaleen. You understood the example, right? How dividend reduces, right? Utkarsh. Great, great. Akshi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, great. Now the last transaction. This has to be the luckiest person because this is the last transaction that he has to participate with. So Komal, may I ask Komal, please? Maybe Komal. Komal, full name. Okay, Komal Shah. Yes, Komal Shah, please. Yes, Komal beta, please.
Sir, sir,
The
just
last
a
one.
second. The transaction is prepare the monthly payroll to be paid on February 1st. The amount is 11,500.
Okay, okay. So I know the amount now.
Yes. The
What is
monthly,
payroll, beta? What is payroll? What do you mean by payroll?
sir, it is basically
Sorry?
just a second, sir. Am I audible?
Sometimes your voice is, I mean, the audio level is lowering down, but fine. I can hear you now. Please carry on, beta.
Sir, actually, it is a process of how you pay the employees of the company.
Okay. Yes. So it is like this, beta. It is like very, very, very good. So you give me the answer, and then I will discuss this with everyone. Yes. You give me the answer, please.
Okay. The monthly payroll of January. Okay. So here you will decrease the cash because you're paying the employees of the company.
No, preparing the payroll does not mean you are paying. Preparing the payroll is just like collecting the data. How many days Baumil came to the company? How many days Akshit came to the company? What is the salary amount? That's payroll. So they are just calculating.
There will be no entry. If it's just collecting the data, then there will be no entry.
No, it is going to be the entry because see, I have
Unless and until pay.
no Komal. Accrual system, accrual concept. Whether the cash is paid or not does not matter. Whether the cash is received or not does not matter. We record the transaction when the transaction occurs. So the event has occurred. What is the event occurred? I have worked in the company. Nirma University may be paying on 1st or 2nd of April, but I have worked in the March, and my March month salary is paid in April. So the salary, they have consumed my services. They have used my services, right? And when they have used my services, it is their expense because without my service they cannot have a classroom and they cannot have revenue, right? So it is an expense. It is an expense, that is for sure. Accrual concept, beta. How much? 11,500. Now what is the duality? Tell me.
Sir, the other
Okay, Komal. I think
postpaid expenses.
Postpaid is the wrong word.
Prepaid,
fine.
sorry.
Fine. Komal, good attempt, beta. Good attempt. I will come back to you later. Let me ask someone else just for before I end this. Maybe Rajat Singh, beta. If you could help me, beta.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I guess it will be a liability because
it is a liability. So that it is like this. Nirma University cannot have revenue without my salary. So it is their expense even if they do not pay me, and they have to pay me. Right? So when they recognize which concept, beta, matching concept, revenue is matched with expenses. So when they prepare the income statement ending on 31st March, ending on the year end, that is 31st March. They need to capture my salary as expense. They may not pay me, but they have to pay me, right? So when they have to pay me, it is the liability. So I will write in the just let me write down the amount in the liability column.
So will be like
11,500.
in the liability column.
Huh?
So will be like
Yes, yes.
salary payable.
It is going to be like salary payable. So the column would be called salary payable.
Yes, sir. That's
Now I don't know why the total is not matching. Let me just see. This is wrong because I added the column later on, so I have to just change the formula. That's it. I will do it in a second. Yeah. This is the total is matching. So I have shared the template with you. You can practice this on your own. The sheet is called qual photo template, and the answer would be there on which sheet. Answer is there are multiple files I have prepared because I'm teaching in multiple courses and my approach may be different in multiple courses. That's why. Okay, I think it is in qual photo 2. The answer is in qual photo 2. Qual photo template is the file name. Qual photo 1 is with another approach. I have put capital and revenue expenses separate. I have put separate columns. So you don't look at that, otherwise you will get confused, right? Look at qual photo template and qual photo 2 for answer, I think. Yeah. So that is how it is. And anyways, this file also has answer. You can take the snapshot in case you want. You want the answer right now. Like you want everything right now. I mean, sometimes we are that eager, right? So yes, you can take the snapshot in case you want. Any questions you have? You understood this accounting equation, right?
Yes, sir.
So one thing, sir, in
Even
the
those
sheet,
accounting students found it interesting to understand, beta. Accounting students. Yes, I think, right? Manas, you understood, beta? Right?
Yes, sir.
Rahul?
This template will be like we will be given this template, and like, is it for only understanding or?
It is for simplifying the process when I'm teaching you online. It is for my benefit. So I will not comment on whether I will give you if I ask this in the exam. I will not promise, right? Because I may take the exam on. I mean, you may be required to submit your answers from the notebook, right? I don't know. So in that case, you will draw in your notebook and then you will send the picture. That is also possible. So I will not promise because there are 4 sections and I'm teaching only 2 sections. I have to communicate this with my fellow faculty also. I will not promise, but yes, it is very straightforward, right? It is very straightforward, right? Just assets are equal to liability plus equity, and then there are columns. That's it. I mean, sometimes Excel makes it look very difficult because a lot of things are happening, but it is very easy. I have taken more time, I know, today. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me in the afternoon. I have anyways given numbers, so we would not have this kind of problem again. And anyways, it's a good opportunity for all of us to meet for extra hours also, so that your doubts are solved. So what I will do now, I will stay back for 5 minutes or something. In case you are free, you can ask me questions. Others may leave. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. So such a nice batch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yes, please. Thank you, beta. Others who has questions? Eteshan, you have question, beta? Eteshan?
sir, I have a real question, sir.
Please stay back. Those whosoever has question, please stay back. That's why I don't want to waste everyone's time. That's why I'm saying those who have question can stay back. Let them leave and then you can ask. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I think please ask me, beta. Yes.
So I was filling the sheet with you when we were doing the answer the last entry. Is this problem because my value is not coming, sir? It's not matching.
Because I added this column between the class break. So I completed the question in section A. You are in section B, right? Section A. And then in that section, I did not prepare an extra column for this salary payable. So I had done everything in credit. So for before your class, I have added an extra column and I started putting formulas, but I forgot to put one formula. That's why. So for your benefit, or maybe I will share this file. No, I can tell you what I have done. The only thing I have done is that you change the formula for 15,500 beta. Can you see 15,500?
Yes, sir.
You go to this column and then do the summation of 4,000 and 11,500. You put the formula, some formula or whatever formula equal to H25 plus I25. That's it. You are done.
Okay.
It's a Excel formula related issue because I added the column. I forgot to change the formula for some cells here. Yes.
Yes, sir. So okay, only that was the problem.
Yes. Okay. Great.
Thank you,
Great.
sir.
Yes, yes.
सर इन द लास्ट ट्रांजेक्शन मतलब क्वेश्चन के ऊपर लिखा हुआ है जनवरी 1, तो मतलब इस महीने की अभी तो सर्विस की नहीं है, तो सैलरी पेबल कैसे होगी?
नहीं, मैंने कहा जनवरी 1 लिखा है बेटा, 1 मिनट मुझे देखने दो
सर वो
क्वेश्चन में।
हाँ यस सर।
नहीं, you did not read the question properly. You read the question properly, please.
अच्छा ओके
They started the business on January 1.
ओके ओके
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes. And that is reflecting in the transaction January 1, 2, 5, 7, 13. You see, if you see January, the transaction numbers are basically dates. Shall I leave, guys? Only 5 students are there. Mukul Saxena, Etesham, Khan, Arka. Yes, Etesham.
No, sir, I don't have any question. I'm just listening.
Okay, you are just coming back. Okay, fine,
Yes.
fine, fine. Thank you, beta. Thank you. Mukul Saxena. Do you have a question, beta? Are you there, Mukul? No. Are you there, Mukul? No. Okay, I'm ending the session. Fine, thank you.